And so I have this saying. It's kind of a rather nerdy saying, but it's called "Life is anything except y equals mx plus b," and y equals mx plus b
Mm,
is the equation for a sloped ascending a sloped line and ascending slope line, right? And what I
hmm
mean by that is we all tend to put certain pressures and expectations on ourselves. Well, hey, I want to graduate by this age, by this year. I want to own a house by this date this year. I want to, pass the bar at this time, and so on and so forth. And a lot of times you get lost in the minutia of just trying to pursue that goal and putting on and putting it on a specific timeline that in reality may or may not serve you to the best of its ability, right? And so what I mean by that, why life is anything except y equals mx plus b is it's not always a straight line. It's not always linear. It's not always going to ascend. There are going to be times where you're going to have setbacks. There are going to be times when you're going to be moving in circles. There are going to be things that, negative things that happen, like the experience I shared with you, that actually result in a positive, right? And what you tend to find is as long as you stay consistent and have goals for yourself, you tend to accomplish those and do even better and greater things than you envisioned or anticipated when you set that artificial timeline upon yourself already, right? And so that's I would say that some of my greatest feats, as it were all predicated on setbacks or things that didn't happen upon the timeline with which I expected them to happen. And so I think the sooner, and it's difficult. It's difficult to get yourself out of that frame, right? We're a very timeline driven society, and parents, on your back, and things of that nature. I get, but just understand that it's not always the setback that you think it is when something doesn't happen on your specific timeline. And I'm definitely a a living, breathing example of that happening in my life several times.